Should you be buying backlinks in 2025 to improve your SEO? Well, let's get into it. So, what does buying backlinks really mean? Well, it means when you pay for another website to feature your website on their website. So it's like a handshake, it's a reference, it's someone putting you on the map, on the searches, right? So what kind of backlinks? So the phrase buying backlinks isn't monolithic. It encompasses a spectrum of activities, some clearly against search engine guidelines, others falling into gray areas, and some representing legitimate investments in marketing services. So if you're directly paying for a backlink, that means you're being invoiced and you found a website you're being invoiced and they're going to put a link from their site onto your site. That's a direct payment. Usually it's like guest posting or maybe even a private blog network. Now, do these links actually do anything, especially private blog networks? Do they do anything? In the short term, they can actually do a lot. So I have this example here. These are 4 websites that I'm managing, and they all have very different strategies I've put in place. So can you guess which one is just buying backlinks, which one is just new content, which one is revamp and backlinks, and then which one is just like another mix, a lesser mix? So actually one of them is just one new content post in the last 3 months. So let me go through it with you. The first one, this was a complete revamp. Like I switched this site from WordPress to Next.js using Klein and a website builder to make the site way more interactive. I added tools to this site so users can check a salary calculator. I'll show you that actually. This is the site. There's nothing hidden here. So we built this site with Next.js and then we added tools, and it really improved the engagement of the site. And impressions just shot up from like 40 per day to 1,000 a day now. So yeah, that's over 200x, right? 10, 20, over 20x. So yeah, these are the results. We've got 449 new keyword rankings in the last month and 55 organic traffic now with a value of $3, which is fantastic. The referring domains, they fluctuate variably. Like usually it's spam, some optimistic link builders, just algorithm that will pick up a new website and just spam it with backlinks to make you buy their service, but we just ignore that metric. So the second one, this was actually a new site plus backlinks. So as you can see, we gained 647 keywords in the last month, but it was built maybe 6 weeks ago, and that 647 was actually 900. So they increased basically 900 keywords in the last 6 weeks. And as you can see, the organic traffic and the value has gone up to $170, and the organic traffic is 170 per month. You can see the links here with plus 36 new domains. But that was a big success, mix of both. The third one was actually just backlinks, believe it or not. And as you can see, you get backlinks and sometimes others fall off at the same time. But if you look at the effects here, right, you can see it's been a bit up and down lately in the traffic from between around 1,000 to 1,900. But now they're sustaining this 1,900 organic traffic balance, which is also replicated in the Google Search Console, which is really good. And they gained 33 new keywords. So backlinks do have an impact on like keyword rankings and broader spectrum of like positions and new keywords for existing articles, let's say. And then finally, the last one was just one blog post with maybe 600 words. This website, the last one in particular, has been going up and down because it's in quite a niche area. So I think Google's still figuring it out. It's quite largely AI content, the last one. So it's just a test that's running. But as you can see, things are looking up again. So should you buy backlinks? Essentially, yes, you should be buying backlinks. You can engage with an agency who might do the outreach for you. You can also engage in some black hat SEO practices that will likely increase the performance short term, but long term the effects will reset to zero. It's very unlikely you're going to get penalized these days. Google's not stupid. They'll just like devalue the website you bought that's part of a PBN and will link to you. But it is explicitly prohibiting. Google do explicitly prohibit link schemes. But yeah, so if you pay for guest posts, that's when you write a piece of content for an existing blog and you link back to your own website. It's a bit of a gray area. The official way to do this is to actually add the rel no follow attribute to the link, which basically means that you're not passing any link equity to your site. And you should also add the sponsored tag to let your users know that you've actually paid for this placement. And then you can actually pay for link building services, which is like PR campaigns, outreach, even link for link exchange is not technically allowed. So it's quite a difficult one. For example, the official way to kind of do this is, let's talk about crypto exchange. You have a crypto exchange and they're quite new, and you have like Coin Bureau and other big channels and Coin Market Cap and CoinGecko. You can approach these bigger companies and ask them to be featured on either their exchange pages or reviewed or things like that. That is one way that outreach, link building outreach can work, and it's quite effective, but it's a lot of manual work to. This is why some companies actually charge quite a lot for natural link building, and they can't guarantee an X amount of links per month. So why do people buy backlinks in the first place? Well, there's this little metric on Ahrefs and SEMrush that's called domain rating and domain authority. This is a vanity metric, but the more links you have, the higher that number goes, and the higher perceived value your website is to the search engines. So yeah, people chase the vanity metric, but mainly people buy it because they work, right? Link building does work. It's been proven to work. You saw in the results I just showed you that buying links works just on its own. SEO is a mix of everything. You need to have valuable content, engagement on your website, and links. And if you've got that whole package, then you are likely to rank higher quicker. But if you're just buying links and they're low quality on their own, it will still take a while. You'll still end up spending quite a fair bit, and it's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in SEO. It's a lot of trial and error. So how do you assess links before even buying them? Well, firstly, you might want to either like pay for a subscription for Ahrefs or SEMrush to see toxicity scores or just the value of their traffic that they're promising. So you can buy links on, I don't know, one of these black hat websites, and it'll be £10 a link on Fiverr, let's say. They'll send you a sample, but they will usually send the sample with DR, estimated traffic, and maybe a few other metrics like UR or URL rating. But without actually digging deeper into that link, you can't know if it's high quality or not. So what I would do is I'll take all the samples and I'll put them into Ahrefs, and then I would see like what keywords they're ranking for. If they're just ranking for random BS keywords, then that link is almost guaranteed to be rubbish. Also, you can check the organic traffic. If they had a shoot up and a shoot down and they haven't recovered, it's a spam site. It's very easy to detect. So in the next video, we're actually going to look at how to increase page engagement. So this is the best metric for ranking better, right? You get people to engage with your website pages. So we'll look at that next. Subscribe for more.